My name is Krunoslav, and today I'm going to produce you BarCodeCoin platform for generating barcodes for Asian payment system. In fact, there are, let's say, two products. One is obrazci.eu. It's a web portal where you can download different kind of forms and also generate barcodes for paying public fees. And the second one is BarCodeCoin, and that is a platform that generates the barcode. So it's something like web services that enables you to send the payment data and the code. Regarding the of this product, it's BarCodeCoin, so it may remind you on something like blockchain or some other similar technologies, but it's none of them. It's not about blockchain, it's not about machine learning. It's just how to create the payment barcode defined by Croatian Hub 3A standard. First time we introduced this platform in Novaton. That is a hackathon organized by our bank, Privredna Banka Zagreb. Why should one go to hackathon? Well, it was just in the neighborhood. You get a free lunch. That's a good reason why should you go there. And it's challenging. You have 24 hours to code something. It turned out it's not just 24 hours. You can code at home and just bring to hackathon and show it. So it was not such a huge pressure. Great. So in a nutshell, no cooking, just coding. So there is the lunch. And now, same reason why Javantura. Also, it's in the neighborhood. Get a free lunch. It's not so challenging, but you have some kind of community that you can share your idea with. So today, no teaching, just a presentation. Great. Now the question is, what problem we want to solve? Well, it's a very well-known problem. It's the problem of bureaucracy. Franz Kafka wrote a brilliant novel back in 1925. It was published in 1925. And there's also a great movie called Brazil. You should, and there is one scene. It's something like a post-apocalyptic movie where everything is in hands of bureaucracy, and even changing anything in your apartment requires proper form. So it's a very famous scene where he's asking for 27B.6 form to be filled in. All right, how usually consuming public service in Croatia looks like? Well, it's very painful. If you need to get some kind of driving license or anything, you first wait in a queue, then you take forms, you are going to the post office, you are paying some stamps, then you are going queue, and then you are waiting for some. In a minute, you get a parking ticket, and if you came too late home, the lunch is already eaten. So it's a very sad situation. How does this problem looks? Let's take a look at the problem. So if you have to fill in manually the payment slips, it's very boring process. It is error prone, and if you are not using m-banking or other electronic payment, then it is the higher transaction if you are going to the post office. Also, there is always a lack of information. You're always missing some kind of form. There is one quest. Basically, we really don't want to try it out because it would take a long time. If you just want to fill out a payment slip for municipal civil court in Zagreb, then it will take you about at least 10 minutes just to figure out how much money you have to pay and to figure out how to properly fill in this all necessary data. Great. So there is for every problem there is a solution. So we have created a solution, and solution is basically on obrazci.eu portal, where you can choose different kind of institutions, and then you choose different kind of procedures, and for those procedures you can get customized payment data. They're also encoded in barcode, and beside the payment slip you can also download some kind of form that has to be filled in. It's made by front end is made by a Bootstrap, so it's a rather responsive design. It can also well fit to your mobile phone, smartphone. So, well, basically that should be a first step in consuming a public service. It's very easy to use, and you're just fulfilling several data in and choosing the right option, and automatically creates everything that is necessary to make a payment. So here it is how it works with our solution. Well, it's very easy. You go online, you prepare all necessary forms, you pay all necessary taxes, and basically you're just going to the queue once, and you can you have everything you need just at the first try. That means that you will come home earlier, you can still finish your lunch, and have some time for going for a walk. Yeah, we made also some kind of calculation about this whole procedure, and we concluded that if you are using obrazci.hr, then you are saving about 1 hour of your time, not going into queue several times or going for a payment process. So, okay, let's take a look at what's behind. Well, it's today it is well established creation standard that just that said what are necessary data for making a payment, and basically those necessary data are encoded in PDF 417 barcode. What else you can express using this barcode? Well, you can express everything you want. The idea is you just send some kind of string, and that string is just encoded in PDF 417. All right, and now the question is, what is BarCodeCoin? Well, it is the engine behind the obrazci.eu that generate these codes. So it is conformable with the standard. It offers additional configuration of this barcode. It has auto-correction and validation options. So it's a very attractive solution for, let's say, not a real-time payments. And so it is not an online payment system, but it just generates the data necessary for the payment. And you can use it as a web service. All right, so, well, this is Javantura, so maybe we would like to go a little bit deeper how it works. So, well, it works by the magic. It's very simple. You just have to use the right frameworks. So the server side, it's the Java. So you can, for example, there are even more frameworks that you can use, but let's say the best one would be Jasper Report, because it incorporates the barcode for J, and it also enables you to not just create the barcode, but to create the whole payment slip. There is also the generator for the client side. So it is a port of one PHP library made by Boris Kuzmic, and you just have to include two libraries on the front end, two JavaScript libraries, to be able to generate those barcodes. All right, let's take a look a little bit in the Java code and how it works. Well, it's really easy. You just have to include the dependency for PDF 470 barcode for J. And so you just initiate a new bean. You just set some basic configuration. And this configuration is defined by creation standard. So you should really use this configuration, not something else. And this component will generate a code for you. So it's very easy. What you have to do, you have to prepare a bitmap canvas and call the generation. Here we are just sending a string. So we are sending a plain string that we want to code into the barcode, right? So we are sending a canvas and string, and then you get an image of the code. Now question is how to prepare this string. Well, you just have to respect creation standard. Basically, first two lines are constant. They are just denoting it's about creation hub standard. We are using creation kunas. And there is different kind of formatting of the number and the length of description in this barcode. So basically, this is just everything you need to prepare a string for encoding. One very important thing is, especially if you're using creation characters, this string is encoded as UTF-8. So you just have to convert that to code page 437. Otherwise, you will get an exception from the encoder, right? Okay, and so now the question is for this whole portal, how it is built. Well, it is built basically on Jasper report in the backend, and to bring it to the web, we are using Spring Boot. So it's a very common framework for creating web services. Yeah, how does the report work? Well, it's pretty easy. Jasper report has a built-in editor in Eclipse. So basically, you prepare how your report is going to look like, and it's extremely easy just to create report. As you can see, it's you just well, there is you just have to set the property AVT headless to avoid some exceptions, and after that you use Jasper print. You are giving a report parameter and data source, and basically he is creating a PDF with a slip for you. So it's extremely easy to use it. How to create a web service that will deliver this report to the client. Also, it is extremely easy using the boot, Spring Boot. So you just have to put some annotations that are saying that you are mapping some part of the URL, and then you are just creating a report as we have seen previously and returning it to the client. It is B64 encoded, right? Yeah, here is a little bit challenge. This is the barcode in a full scale. Basically, it is well, the ratio should be 3:1, right? And in a full scale, it doesn't fit well in your mobile phone. So I had a problem how to scale it and not to lose the quality. And it seems that it's not easy to scale canvas in HTML for some reason. So it's a still open issue. If somebody has idea, you can help it. Great. Now, regarding this standard, there is a creation payment code book. It's available here. So it has a lot of rules how to properly encode the data into the payment slip. And there is also standard, what we have seen earlier, for PDF 417 barcode. And now it's time for a call for action. If you want to join this project, there is plenty of opportunity for you in any role. If you are a developer, you can join. If you want to use this barcode on your website, to enable payment of your services as a supporter or as a sponsor. Yeah, the last one are extremely rare. Great. So how it looks? Well, that is while we were on Hackathon, we created a little application called Superhero application that enables you to select some charity, and when after you select a charity, then you can just generate the barcode for payment. Of course, you can enter any amount you want, and it will generate appropriate barcode. So maybe we can see a little bit of a live demo. So I hope we are connected to the internet. Nešto se događa. Je, diže sporo. Ok, tamo ne vidi se na ekranu. Moram daći van iz prezentacije. Može povećati. Aha, all right. Now, well, basically we enter www. Yeah, well, it should be pretty easy to use it. For example, if you need a new driving license, in that case, well, we just need the mouse there. Yeah, then we select the right institution. We go for our driving license. Yeah, we can just fill in all necessary data. Well, there is ability to store your data. And now the question is, where do you store your data? Well, it would be rather unpleasant to store it on the server because I would grab your private data. So the only place where we can store your data is in a browser web store. And you have been asked, do you like it? So next time I can, for example, refresh this page. Yeah. At least 2 people are needed to refresh the page. Onda radi touchpad. Onda možda ja sad stisnu F5. Ctrl F5. Ne, čekaj, Ctrl. Ovo, tu stisnu. Šta se stisnu? Aj ti, može. Yeah. All right. So basically now I'm calling my data from the this web store because I can reuse it on other pages. And by selecting the right procedure, you just get all necessary barcodes for payment. And if you, well, it is designed for mobile banking. You can just scan the code. If you don't have mobile banking, in that case, you can just press on the one of the data and they go to the buffer, right? And if you don't have m-banking or internet banking, then you can just grab the payment slip in PDF and go and pay on nearby kiosk. Yeah, so it has filled in 3 payment slips. Right, and that's not all. For example, if I want to create my personal ID card, then I will also fill in all necessary data, select the right procedure, but just beside the payment slip, I can also request the proper form, but I don't see that button here, and it should be. Yeah, so it's just right here, right? And if I press it, then it will generate a form with my data on it that was stored in my browser web store, right? So you can just go and consume your public service, whatever you would like to. Great. So, thank you very much for your attention. Do you have any questions? Yeah, thank you.